So at the very last moment, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers got a deal done with Chris Godwin. They're re-signing him to a 3-year deal worth $66 million with $45 million guaranteed. Back-to-back off seasons where at the very last moment they get a deal done with one of their star receivers. A year ago, that was with Mike Evans, and now Chris Godwin. So fair play to Tampa Bay Buccaneers front office. They definitely know what they're doing, and I love this move a lot. If Chris Godwin was available, whoever got him would be picking up a pretty elite wide receiver in my opinion, and I'm really glad he's staying in Tampa Bay because when he's healthy with Mike Evans and Baker Mayfield, it's a lot of fun to watch, and it would just be pretty cool if Mike Evans and Chris Godwin could retire as Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and I feel like that's a lot more likely with this contract extension. So Tampa Bay fans, I'm sure you're pretty happy about this news. Let me know how you feel in the comments below. Last year, in only 7 games, he caught 50 balls for 576 and 5 touchdowns before ending his season with an ankle injury. And before that injury, man, he was looking real good. I hope he gets back to that form in 2025. We'll have to pay attention to that. But yeah, I'm sure Baker is really happy, and I'm sure they got this deal done because Baker was probably pretty vocal about how he feels about Chris Godwin. So good day for Tampa Bay, good day for Buccaneer fans for sure. He's only 29 years old, and just like Mike Evans, spent his entire career with the Buccaneers so far. 8 years in the league, appearing in 111 games, totaling 7,200 yards and 39 touchdowns with 816 receptions. So pretty good stats in my opinion, and he's a Super Bowl champion. But besides that, the Buccaneers also signed Hassan Reddick to a 1-year, $14 million deal with $12 million guaranteed. I'm surprised he got that much money with how he handled himself with the New York Jets a year ago. With the Jets a year ago, he held out the majority of the year, and then eventually he came back and didn't really do much. But yeah, I don't know about that signing, but then again, pass rushers are very important. They're a very critical position for every single roster. So when one is available, you kind of got to go for it, and you kind of have to overpay. That's what free agency is to a certain extent. A lot of dudes just getting way overpaid. So you got to do what you got to do sometimes, man. Hopefully he actually plays for the full year for Tampa Bay and he actually shows up and is worth that contract. We'll have to see how it plays out. Now, the Chris Godwin signing, real bad news if you're a New England Patriots fan. You know, there was so much talk of the Patriots being in the T. Higgins sweepstakes, maybe the DK Metcalf sweepstakes, and then the Chris Godwin sweepstakes, and all 3 of those guys are signed with other teams except for T. Higgins. There's a big probability that he's going to just re-sign with the Cincinnati Bengals since the Bengals are trying to trade Trey Hendrickson. So, rough day if you're a Patriots fan because they still need a legit weapon. They missed out on all 3 of these guys. Definitely a tough day if you're Drake May. Out of all 3 of those guys, I think T. Higgins or Chris Godwin would have been the better fit in New England, but I guess we'll never see it happen. Besides those names, the only wide receivers that are still available that might actually help the Patriots are Stephon Diggs, maybe Amari Cooper. Stephon Diggs isn't bad, I just don't know about his personality. I'm not sure how he'll fit in there in New England. Maybe if he's calmed down a little bit, but I don't really see him fitting in well with Mike Vrabel and Drake May. I just don't see it, but who knows? Maybe they might get really desperate. As far as the Patriots, this opens up a lot of possibilities in this year's draft. As of right now, they are the betting favorites to land Travis Hunter. Now, there's a big debate on what position he'll play. Will he play both? Will he play wide receiver or cornerback? We don't know. If I was an NFL GM, I think I'd rather him be a cornerback, but, for the Patriots' sake, they might have to put him there as a wide receiver just because they don't have one right now, and they're in position to draft him, and he's a pretty elite wide receiver. So definitely keep an eye on Travis Hunter to the New England Patriots. Yeah, so far this free agent period has been pretty tame. We had the Myles Garrett sweepstakes, but then he re-signed with the Browns. Chris Godwin just re-signed. So I feel like it's not going to be too crazy of a free agent period, but hopefully it's still entertaining in the end. From what I remember a year ago, I feel like it was a lot more wild. But a few days ago, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers brought back Lavonte David, been a beast for the Buccaneers since being drafted by them. So I like this move a lot. He's returning for his 14th season with the franchise. Damn. Can't believe it's been that long. Really hasn't felt that long. And I still feel like he has a lot left to give the Buccaneers. Obviously a huge leader on that team. And he led the team with tackles with 122 a year ago. He also had 5.5 sacks, 3 forced fumbles, and 1 interception a year ago. Potentially a Hall of Famer. I hope he is. Always a fan of watching him play. Always a beast. Always consistent. And really happy he's coming back. I'm sure if you're a Buccaneers fan, you're really happy to see him back as well. But yeah, man, can't really hate too much on the moves Tampa Bay has made so far. I feel like they've had a pretty good offseason so far, and it's kind of been the trend of their front office for the past 5 years. They put together very, very good teams, and that's why they've kind of been running the NFC South for the past 5 years, just because they've had good drafts. They've been smart in the free agent period. So definitely a good franchise here, a very competent one, and Bucs fans should not take it for granted because there's a lot of stupid franchises out there right now. So all in all, definitely a happy day in Tampa Bay. So yeah, man, let me know what you think. If you made this far, please subscribe and like the vid. It'd help out your boy a ton. That's all I got for right now. Peace.
Can you believe how steady and reliable this guy is?
He is. What's the phrase for it? He is money, Jim Nance. Man, he pays off every single time. You throw the football near him, he'll make the catch.
Amaro with the reception. That penalty is, of course, going to be accepted by the defense. First down, offense readying for the snap. Morris lined up as the single back. To the ground. And Morris is taken down at the 46.
You got to know, if you're going to run the football, you're going to have a lot of short gains. There's going to be a lot of plays that look ugly. That's just the way it is. You got to live with it and know what's coming in the future.
Jason Morrow makes the catch.
Nice job that time by the tight end, makes the catch, and you got to look out for him now in the NFL. Remember, they're usually the closest receiver to the quarterback. Quarterback gets in trouble, he's going to look for the tight end.
Courtney Upshaw brings the quarterback down.
Holding offense.
They're going to go for it here on 4th and 7. The Jets will set up. The 36 is the first down line. The Jets take it from the 43. Amaro's got it on a pass, had some heat on it. The Jets know that a fourth down conversion like that can be a momentum changer.
Oh, sure it can. It gives everybody confidence. You get to call at least 3 more plays, you hope. And anytime you stay on the field longer in the NFL, the odds go up tremendously that you're going to get a score. Nice risk-reward play that time on the offensive side. Morris is trying to be patient, but there is nowhere to run that time, and he only gets a short gain.
The Jets go with 2 tight ends on this play. 2nd down and 8. Catch made by Marshall.
Nice job.